The city streets of Jerusalem bustle with life. Merchants shout, coins clink, and dust rises from every alley. In a grand hall, a man kneels before a king, trembling. His debts are enormous mountains of silver he cannot repay. "Have patience, and I will give you time," the king says at first. Then, with authority, the king calls out, "Cancel his debt. Release him from his obligation." The man is stunned. He falls to the ground in tears. Relief. He has been forgiven a debt he could never repay. Outside, the crowd murmurs. Word of this incredible mercy spreads like wildfire. The forgiven man leaves the hall, clutching the weight of his debt now gone. But instead of rejoicing, anger and bitterness stir within him. He sees a fellow servant, small and trembling, owing him a fraction of the debt he once carried. "Pay me what you owe," he demands, voice sharp as a whip. The servant falls to his knees. "Please." But the forgiven man refuses. He seizes his debtor by the throat, throws him into prison. Jesus speaks to his disciples as they walk through the city. His eyes burn with intensity. "Listen to this story," he says. "A man forgiven much, yet he refused to forgive." Mercy ignored becomes judgment. The disciples exchange uneasy glances. Peter whispers, "Lord, how could he act so harshly after being forgiven himself?" Jesus turns to them, voice both gentle and stern. "This is how my Father will treat you, unless each of you forgives your brother or sister from your heart." The forgiven man sleeps that night, haunted by his own bitterness. He remembers the king's mercy, and yet he cannot release anger or resentment. The disciples reflect. How often do we demand justice for ourselves, yet withhold mercy from others? How often do we forgive in words, but not in heart? The next day, the king learns what the forgiven servant has done. "Wicked servant," he thunders. "I forgave you everything because you begged mercy. Shouldn't you have shown the same to your fellow servant?" The man is handed over to prison, facing the consequences of his hardened heart. Jesus looks at his disciples. So it will be with those who do not forgive from the heart. Mercy withheld becomes judgment, but mercy extended brings life. This parable speaks to us today. Forgiveness is not optional, it is a reflection of the mercy God shows us. Holding grudges can imprison the heart, even when God has set us free. True faith shows in our actions, not just in words. We are all unworthy servants, forgiven much, called to forgive others. Imagine the weight of a debt lifted from your shoulders. The joy, relief, freedom. Now imagine turning away from someone who needs mercy from you. The bitterness builds. God calls us to act differently, to forgive, to release, to extend grace even when it feels undeserved. So here's the question. Who in your life do you need to forgive? Are you holding on to bitterness or extending mercy like God does to you? Will you choose freedom over resentment? Comment below. If you could forgive someone today, who would it be? Share this video to inspire someone to experience the power of mercy and forgiveness.